I haven't done a talk in a minute. I got me a new stand that I can just put the iPad in and leave it. Never have to. Set the stage like a big monkey. I used to sing that little song because I'd jump on the bed. Mom would want to discourage me because I'd fall off and bump my head, and I would. God darn it, I would. I was thinking about all these monkey stories coming out. I'm like, okay, and then there's the 100 monkey. The 100 monkey. The 100th monkey that changes the ways. I'm the first monkey. I'm the monkey that does the thing in the first, and people are like, oh, look, if that monkey can do it, monkey see, monkey do. I even got the t-shirt. I'm the first monkey. I always says that it didn't matter, whatever celebration, if they had a DJ or somebody was playing music, I would always go over to the DJ and see what kind of music they had. Maybe make requests, and then I would dance, and then that would bring people out from their inward focus to their outward focus. That's what I do. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. And I talk about things as a paper trail. Because I've lived a lot of history. And this is my tale to tell. This is my side of his story. So people are waking up that America's been lying about a lot of stuff. They're coming into alignment. The state in which I live is full of nefarious, of people that quietly just do whatever they want because nobody's going to question them. The most corruption in all the land. But it doesn't matter. I guess there's corruption in all the places, and borders are just made up little lines that people designate as my stuff and your stuff. It's so silly. Living on planet Earth. But people are waking up to the idea of things that I never knew. I never knew a world that human beings were the master race. I always thought that we were living on this little alien ant farm, and the higher intelligence is out there in the upper dimensions. Mom would allow me to feed my imagination because she understands perception is reality. That's how we create the world. So I stay in a lot because I see how people perceive things, and I don't perceive things like that, and it's just easier not to argue. Just let them be. Let them play what I call their little reindeer games, where they believe in their little elections and that this little side or that little side is going to make things better. They didn't. It's disingenuous. They didn't do anything up till this point. Like, I can't tell you how many agencies I sought out saying, I don't know what to do. I was a part of the world. I was always able to work, but I can't go to work, and I need to pay my rent and my bills. So what do? I have this much, I'm out of savings. They're like, we don't care. We're taking your water away. But I'm a female veteran. I take care of my mom. We don't care. We just want our money. And that happened to me back in 2017, and I was like, uh-oh. If this is what happens to people that are in good standing, the trajectory in which the world is headed is in trouble. And then government got bigger and bigger and bigger, and they stopped doing less and less for the people, their constituents. And it hurt people. And more people have been on the street. I used to be a credit card vendor back in the 1990s. And I remember going to Humboldt University in Eureka, California. Good mota. You're in the Iran? What's it like in the Iran? I was on Crete when we bombed the Iraq. We bombed the Iraq. It's just the desert. They call it the sandbox. We're going to go bomb the sandbox. That's what they would say. Let's go bomb the set. It's just stupid. It's just terribly gross. You don't treat human beings. There's human beings there. There's living things. There's cats. There's dogs. There's all kinds of living things there. You don't kill. Thou shalt not kill. They just don't get it. So, back in 1997, kids were living in their cars in the parking lot at Humboldt State. I remember I roll up in my car, and they had people with the setup, you know, living out of their car. Like, I've been thinking of practical ways of making things easier for travelers my whole life, because we've been traveling around. We don't got no roots. We don't got no place that embraced us as a community and wanted to make life easier for me, you know, to take care of my mom. Nobody fucking cares. I know. That's why I care so much. So what I do is I get things like this. I get things like this that help people that live on the street. They can do with it whatever they want, but it just makes it easier. Just little camping supplies. And Primus was my first concert, so it's a cool little kit. Has a little skillet, a little pot, and then inside you got the canister, the gas canister. And then I give the little stoves away too. You can't just give them parts. That's rude. What am I, the American government? So, I don't really, it doesn't, you know, the fact that I've been saying in the Fed for years, I just think it's kind of funny that it's actually happening right now. Then I'm going to put my stickers on it. I give these stickers to people, magnets. Straight people like rainbows too. I'm autistic, so that's the color wheel. I'm also Native American. I'm nacho neurotypical, so I smack one of these on there. Say, be well, safe travels. Somebody out there cares about you. I don't even got to know your name. You know? Because there's lots of ways that we can do things to make things easier for people. So my whole life I known other people. They call it trauma bond. I think that's a stupid thing to say. It's like, no, dude, it's just people that have been through so much hell in life that if you sat and listened to 5 minutes of our story, that you would fucking feel so much incomprehensible demoralization from your lack of empathy and help and just your measure of apathy. Like, people would hate themselves. That's what, you know, they can accept aliens in outer space, but they can't expect the truth of the shadow of which themselves. And Mom always said, Marge, you know, you got shadow, you got light. You don't want to live from your shadow, your ego. Mom taught me that way. Mom was a good teacher. That's why I take such good care of her now, is because she took such good care of me then. And she came to this earth with broke feet. She was never grounded to this earth. She had 2 club feet. The feet ground you to this earth. I have bad feet too. I got her bad feet, but I wasn't born with 2 deformed feet, and I didn't have to have surgeries every summer for this is knowledge and wisdom. You know, she overcame a lot. And she still has a good, sunny disposition and has gratitude in her heart. And that's largely what is missing in America. People aren't grateful for what they have. They just want more and more and more and more and more and more. There's this guy comes across my FYP. I'm in the armpit. I'm in the armpit of this state. That pretty much opens it up. Because, you know, being last in everything. I moved around a lot, and every place I lived, I was like, man, they don't really take care of their people here. They suck. This state sucks. And I lived in that state, they didn't take care of their people, and I moved to this state, they still didn't take care of their people. Now I end up in the last place state, and then I find out my mom was born here. Don't ever ask for things that you don't want answers to the questions to, because I wanted to know where Mom came from, and we ended up back in where she was born. Only to meet relatives and be ignored all over again. guess we didn't meet the right relatives. It's just silly how people they throw people away and then they pay themselves to say we care, and then they call themselves SNAP and stuff like that, but they don't care, and they don't do that work to go out and give people and connect with people that really actually need the help, like Jesus Christ would want them to do, you know, or God or whatever, the good orderly, just, you know, do the right thing. No, not enough of that in the last place state. But they like their hot air balloons, and they like their chilies, green and red, and they like their whatever, because it don't matter, because 29% of this state can't read. So it don't matter, because they spend too much time at hot air balloon festival and playing too much. The whole world plays. It's just like, that's all well and good until your freaking plumbing goes out. Who's going to fix it? Well, I used to know a guy, but he's the only guy that plumbs in all of northern New Mexico, because everybody else got what they need, so they moved on, and they didn't teach their kids, and so now there's one guy that, you know, just goes around basically helps people that he knows. That's people's clientele. It's just they build up, they serve people they know. They charge their friends for services, and every man else is. It's weird. I'm trying to get work done on my car, and I need 2 hinge pin replaced on the rear door, cargo door. And I take it to this automotive place, and they're like, yeah, bring it in next week. I said, so-and-so, Don said give you guys a call. You guys do good work. They're like, yeah, bring it in next week. So I bring it in. They're like, well, oh, that's not what we thought it was. I don't know if we can get those parts. I said, okay, let me see if I can get the parts. I'm pretty good about finding parts. I used to be, I used to work in production support at Offutt Air Force Base, you know. I'm pretty good about hunting down shit I need. I hunted down a freaking gas source. We had a gas line that came from Texas to Nebraska for one group, from one military group. We had its own reserve. Yeah, that's what the military does when single moms can't eat. It's bullshit. They call it military intelligence. I call that an oxymoron. That's what military intelligence is. Anyway, so, damn it, I knew my train of thought was going to derail. Where's my coffee? I got me a new coffee cup. And I put my stickers on it. I got little ones, I got big ones, I got magnets. Oh, that's what I was talking about. So I go into the auto place, and they're like, oh, we don't know if we can get parts. And I said, okay, well, let me go over here to Zeke's, this automotive part place, and let me see if and I was like, if they have these. And they're like, well, we can do this lock mechanism. It's going to cost you $250. I was like, that's cool, fine, whatever. I don't care. Money is, I don't care. I have no earth in my chart. It means nothing to me. It's whatever I need to give to you people to do what I want. That's what money is in the world. And hopefully I have enough, and not and I stay right size enough that I don't want so much in life, that I need so much to make me feel better about things in life. And so I was like, cool, because they said the hinges, they quoted like over the phone like $400, and I was like, that's crazy talk. And so I go over to Zeke's automotive, and I go up to the guy, and there's like 2 sides. There's like the automotive side, and then they have like a little sheet metal area, and it says like automotive parts. And I was like, okay, automotive hinge pins, it's auto body, okay, I'm in this realm. So I need to talk to this guy. And so I go, I need a hinge pin kit for a blah, 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 blah. And he goes, tippity tap. On his, you know, GUI interfaced green screen computer. And then he's like, okay, well, oh, that's $25. And then there's going to be a $20 service delivery fee to have it here by Monday. And I said, okay. Fine. And homeboy just stands there. And he goes, I don't know if you wanted to try someplace else first or something. And so I'm like, this guy doesn't want to fucking help me. Because if he did, he already would have fucking asked me for my name. Let's get this sale going. But this is what I'm used to, machismos. And it's in women too, because I have the potential for machismo. That's why I gotta just allow. Okay, let everything go. Because whenever I flare, that's my machismo. Hi, Anna. And so, guy didn't want to help me. And I was like, okay. So I get out my phone. I already had 2 hinge pin sets for what I needed in my Amazon cart. Boop, 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 boop. Place order. They'll be here Saturday. I said, don't worry about it. I just ordered 2 sets off Amazon for the price of your one without the service fee. Okay. How are you? So I'm getting the apocalypse wagon all squared away. So I'll get to go in next week and get that all taken care of. You know, I really try. That's the funny part about being a part of both programs. My consciousness is so vast. It goes from poverty to like beyond elite. Because I was a part of the military, so budgets were non-existent. They were just made up numbers. It was just groups of men made up that did whatever they wanted, including bomb people. So if you don't think that is a crazy freaking club of advantage, like the fact that people even want to do that should be very bizarre to other people and huge concerns. But so the colonial, the alien blood, I'm in New Mexico. The program was, we read books like this. I was given stuff like this. This is Dave Ramsey, The Total Money Makeover. And Zig Ziglar. And like on 9/11, I was on Offutt Air Force Base. And my brother, he's a part of this program. He went this way, the role of ego, and I went the way of spirit. He was in Hawaii at a Tony Robbins conference. I didn't even know he was going to. So that's funny. So he's a part of this program. I went the way of the native, the spirit way, the indigenous. It don't matter. We're all alien. We're all, at some point, not of this earth, and then we come to this earth, and then we live of this earth, and then we leave this earth. That would be indicative of what aliens do, right? And I was born outside of LA, so technically I'm an alien. But see, Mom was always the hard worker, because women... I just heard somebody say recently that the feminine is the masculine energy. And I just think that any energy that there's too much of becomes toxicity. And it's not even the energy of like too much masculine. It's all the negative stuff that comes with people that overcompensate to try to not feel their primary energy. So, number of years ago, these used to be popular. This is, if you ever heard of a place called Shasta Lake, Lake Shasta, they call it the Three Shastas. I grew up in the city of Shasta Lake. It was Central Valley. They changed the name. They thought it was too ghetto. And so, they changed the name, but we'd skip school and go up to the dam and see how many deer were out grazing. God, sometimes there'd be like 11. This Redding, Northern California, it's always the land I love, and then the people make it weird and creepy. A lot of darkness in Redding. It's on the 40. It's the end of the 40th parallel. It's close. It's like the last big city. I think Eureka might be close to the one closest to the Pacific Ocean, but that holds a lot of potential for a lot of negativity in the 40th parallel. I live on the 35th. I was born on the close to the 35th. That also, you know, holds a lot of potential for people can use their free will and do positive things. They just don't. So, Mom used to hang out with this lady named Opal Fox. I like to talk about her every now and again because, well, she's relevant. This is the video that they show. It was so hard for me to get this video. I should have got it on DVD. I didn't, and it's probably impossible to get now. But, they played at the end of the tour of the Shasta Dam. They have a video that they play. You get to go down. Well, I don't know if you get to anymore. Probably too many terrorist risks now. But used to when we were kids, everybody got to go. God, we got to do a lot of stuff. Got to go down into the dam, see the big old huge generators and stuff like that. Hi, Miss J. I was just talking about Opal Fox, Mom's friend who she hung out with, who was the first woman that worked on the all-male crew at Shasta Dam when they built the crew. She started out in the kitchen peeling potatoes. And she's in this. That's why I got this video for Mom. One year, back in like 2007, I remember being on the phone trying to track this down. I started with the gift shop. And then I had to go, it's a production. See, my brother, it's California Gold number 912, Shasta Dam. Approximately 30 minutes. Huell Hausner Productions. I don't even know if they still exist. I should call them and see if they have the DVD format, because Mom would like to see her old friend Opal. I bet Opal's going to be the one to meet her when she goes to heaven that day. Because they were like, because she gave Mom tough love, but she also was very kind and generous with her too. And Mom never had that. That's why I really try to give Mom such a break. We're doing good. You're making potatoes. I have a couple potatoes I think I'm going to fry up. Actually, we're doing good, Miss J. I just spit. It hurt my butt. But I tore the Band-Aid off, and I bought one of them Jackery generators with a solar panel. I mean, if there's a time where, like, we're here and the power is out for an extensive amount of time, we'll just pack up and go someplace where the power's on. It's easier to do without the old dogs. You know, the boys in heaven are just, they're giving me support. Because all dogs go to heaven. So, that should be here soon. But that hurt. I'm not used to spending, like, $2,400 at a drop of that. But I'm not going to I'm trying to spend money to do things that are not just useful for me, but for other people. Like, I don't know if you just got here. I want to get more of these. I have these for people. They're little camp stoves. It's the top part. So they can cook food, right? And then I got these. And then I want to put, like, and then I got these that they can cook with, too. With that camp stove, they can put, whoa, I'm losing shit. They can put this inside this. An OUPES. See, I hate researching. I wish I would have had this last night. You know. It was, Omaha's foggy. It was foggy this morning. There's no clouds in northern New Mexico. It is hazy. Because the earth is, it's steamy. It's smooth. Okay. I don't remember what I was doing. Oh, I was going to look up what you just said. There it is. OUPES. That's what I was doing. OUPES. So I want to make backpack. Oh, see? Is that the one you want? Is that the one you want? Is that the one like? Because the one I got, well, it's like it's after taxes and it comes with one solar panel. They don't have the 3,000 anymore, Jackeries. They have the 3,600. That's how they get ya. So I got the 3,600, but it's all I want is enough that me and mom, because mom don't even have to. She don't look at that. She just always. We are so used to surviving that sometimes God just puts situations in our life that He reminds us, okay, do you still got it? Yeah, okay. And I just want to be able to plug my iPad in because I have my JBL speaker. So, I mean, we need big sound, small screen as far, and we could watch YouTube, you know. And then I could like plug in the electric kettle and make some hot pressed coffee or make mom oatmeal or, you know, like I just don't want to have to worry about taking care of mom if I can't rely on the systems to be that pay themselves so much that didn't do their job, and now society's collapsing because they didn't do their job and now they're trying to make up for it. And it's like, no, man, in the Fed. Like, the budgets in New Mexico are disgusting. How much, like, everybody should have universal. Everybody that lives in this state, I don't care. Like, they should have $2,000 like plastic Visa cards that they hand out to every person that, you know, shows up at a government building to pick it up. I don't want to see nobody hanging out at the fucking, dude. Mom and I went through a little cruise through town real quick. We got a little medium milkshake. That was too big. We gotta get small next time. We split. Gratefully we have a basket of 32 flavors here. So sometimes we'll get a milkshake and then just go see what there is to see. And the number of people that are just sitting in front of the city hall waiting for time to pass until they got to figure out where they can go to try to fucking not freeze to death, because when I woke up it was 20 degrees this morning. So it's them I want to go give shit to that's going to be useful. And then when somebody asks them of some significant importance, where'd you get that good shit? Just say, some lady gave it to me because, you know, she just wants to be a decent person, and she didn't even tell us her name, but these cool stickers are on it, and we don't know what the fuck you guys are doing in that building, you know, where you decide all the decisions that need to be made. It's government got too big, and now it's crumbling because they shit on their constituents instead of helping their constituents. And I for one do not feel bad for it one bit. And all these people, they're like, oh, help the government employees. No, they do like my brother told me, you should have planned ahead better. I think I planned ahead pretty okay. I don't go no place and hang out with people that I don't like any day of the week. But we still have enough money to pay our bills and buy cool shit for people that don't smell good. Because I'm pretty sure that's what Jesus Christ wanted us to do. You know? But I keep waiting for people to put their money where their hearts are. But no, they just keep growing in cryptocurrencies and silly reindeer games. Keep playing. Hang on to that world. Hang on to it. Hang on to it every last second you can. People are waking up to that. Like I said, I had the realization when I was a little girl that we were not the most advanced, intelligent beings on this planet. We had our frickin' alien abductions to the point that I became a mechanic in the military and had recollection one day when I was walking on the upstairs where you store all your shit, your go bags and stuff, and it's graded, and I walked up there and I was like, oh my god, that's like the... Because whenever there's UFO talk, I always say, I want to drive the ship. No, they don't. No, Salvation Army, no. They did in Omaha because it's so big, like they couldn't help out without being crap stains on the fabric of society. But no, they have a CRV. They have this other little thrift store that like a few chosen families, they'll maybe get a check for $130. No, but if you look up Leon Reyes, he's the CEO to the local electric cooperative. Here, he makes $370,000 a year. It's disgusting. It's gross. Like, but if you look him up a little bit more, you'll also see that he has 5 children that don't contribute to society in any kind of way. So that breaks down to basically $50,000 for him, and then $50,000 for all of his leech kids that never grew up to be productive. They never, swung an axe or hauled water or, but they have these great extravagant lives and are going around telling people how important they are. I call them burrow brats. Ass brats. It's stupid, and that's the thing. Is like nepotism don't hire qualified people; it hires chosen people, and so that's why so much stuff is failing, because people are in positions where they're supposed to be doing a job function and they're not doing it. They're playing. They're going off on conferences. Like I see senators in New Mexico. Like I guess I gotta try hard not to have a resentment against this state from the get-go, because it breeds people that throw babies away, because that's what they did to my mom back in the 1950s. So any state that has so much between oil and marijuana and 52 billion in just dividends, we don't know what to do with. But they create system, so they make it so the mother doesn't get the support, and then the mother's so stressed out, like my mom was. She got pregnant with me. I came out 6 pounds 4 ounces at 10 months because she was so stressed out. I was underdeveloped. I was like, it's what they call Addison's disease, but no doctor would ever fucking say, you have Addison's disease. I just know I do, because I have all the markers. And that fries a fucking person that is born to a mother that was traumatized when the baby was in the womb. And then she's like, great, now I have 2 kids that my deadbeat fucking loser, nepotism, bitch boy, pretty boy, drunk boy, chasing sensation, narcissistic scumbag left me with. And she never knew what to do. She wasn't properly taken care of. She didn't know how to take care of babies. She grew up in an orphanage where they left them in, like, her own feces is what they did to her. Because she had 2 casts on her feet, so she would call out to people. They wouldn't come. So anytime I'm laying around and I don't want to do something, I'm like, dude, no. I'm hyper vigilant with her. I got everything I need on hand. I got Desitin. We don't even need it yet, but I got it. Like, I don't know what she needs. I've never been 75 years old. That's what we're all supposed to learn from each other. We're supposed to all be able to, live comfortable lives. Everybody has all this. Everybody has all this. They don't ever do nothing nice for nobody else, so they feel bad about themselves. And now look at the world we get. I'm glad I'm not one of them. I slept good every night, And so now there's this rock flying through space, and people are starting to wonder about things now. They're starting to ask themselves these questions that they should have asked themselves when they were kids. Yeah, nobody really helps moms in that position. Imagine how wonderful the world would be if we didn't pay fucking policemen, glorified Mary maids that clean up the aftermath of death and carnage, and we created an environment where the mother is allowed to nurture the child under any circumstance, and they don't have to worry about going to work. I mean, the audacity, the day my brother, I was like, dude, my brother sold his soul. And the day I knew that was the day he blankly told me to put mom in a home. This is when COVID was going on, understand, like starting on. Everything was starting to shut down. I'm like, dude, bad stuff that happens to old ladies in homes and stuff. Like, no, mom ain't going to home. I promised her when I was 15. He's like, okay, I'll take care of dad then. Then my dad got all of his teeth ripped out of his head. Cost him like 15 grand to get false teeth because he didn't want to mess with it. And then I found out my brother didn't pay for it. I was like, then fucking get the 15 grand from your fucking son, Greg, and send it to your fucking daughter because she needs it. Like the system ain't, and then you have Orange Man and people in DC that are getting crowns and playing Monopoly and just playing games because they watched, Scarface with their dad when they were kids and have these ideas of grandiosity and, riches equals importance and Viagra too. And now they're all falling apart and they're getting dilapidated and now they're going to have to face their maker for all the fucking gross shit that they did. Because, dude, I tell you all the gross shit that happened to me before I was a 12-year-old girl. And then I came into my voice and then I just started calling fucking out the perverts. And they hate me. And I hate them. Because they're fucking perverted. And they're gross. And there's no place for them here. But maybe things would have been different. Oh, no, my dad's a piece of shit, dude. My dad is the system. They are skull and bones. My brother is the skull. My brother is the system that's falling down. I haven't needed it. That's the thing, is God said, you know what? We're going to take away this shit stain on the fabric of society that you had to share a womb with, and we'll call that enough torture for you. The guy has had a history of, what did lawyers call it, of leading of deceit. You want to hear something funny though? Is that there's this girl I liked in Oregon back in 2016, and I made bad choices, but they weren't like bad. They were just silly, stupid, dumb, drunk choices. And it's nothing I've never talked about on these videos, right? Well, and one day, I get a knock on the door, and my brother is on my front door in Salem, Oregon, from Sacramento. And I'm like, I've needed help in life. And I'm like, why are you here? He's like, you're in trouble. I'm here. I couldn't live with myself if I didn't do everything I could to help you. I'm like, how do you know I'm in trouble? Like, what? I couldn't piece together. He said, Nora called me. I said, Nora? How the fuck did she get my brother's phone number? He's like, well, I do have a California bar number, so I am on Google. You can just call me. You can call my office. And I'm like, so you're telling me a girl I liked doesn't like how a 40-year-old woman is acting and called my big brother to put me in check? Is this my reality right now? Oh, okay. So ever since then, so lawyers are on the internet. So my brother, who says I never did nothing for him and I was there hitting the fucking space bar, because I worked at Creighton University. We have a law department. It was a fucking nightmare every year to set up the LSAT. Like, lawyers suck. They're all hungover. Like, they all act the same throughout their lives. It's fucking lame. And so, he was in California And I was in my office in the Department of Radiology, and I hit the space bar, and then it went boop, pass, 249,276. And I was like, holy hell, my birthday's even in there. What do you know? And so, I don't even know if any of that happens. I'm one of those, like, scapegoat, like, weird shit happens that I can't even explain. I'm just like, okay, I'm not that important, but okay, this is just how it is. And so fucking, so like, that's why, and then now, but if you look up his name, where it used to say, it said, oh, it has his phone number, but the fax is no longer available, the email is no longer available, and the website is not available. But the phone number is available. But there's no extension. So you're going to be ringing into an empty office someplace because they're probably got calls from somebody at some point saying, did you really throw your mom and your sister away? What kind of trash heap makes $240,000 a year and leaves your fucking neurotypical, your autistic sister who got raped at 10 months old to take care of your mom who got her head slammed in a car door when she was 38, and then you hit her after that happened. You hit her after basic training. Oh, the monster kind. And these are the men that make up the fraternities that, you know, had fake IDs and did all the, and fucked couches and all the stuff that these men of advantage do to get to where they are, because all they all are is looking for a good time, looking for a place to put it. That's what it comes down to, and the rest of the time they're playing a role that they're good men, and they're not fucking good men. Jerome Hessick is not a good man. He might be a good dad. He might be a good husband. Those are two things. Good man, he is not. I'm a better man than my brother. In the fantasy world of what men do, they take care of their family. They make sure that they're not hot in the summer and cold in the winter, that they have all their needs met. Not in the state in which I live. Men are fucking extra fucking drains of resources that women have to overcompensate for, because what, they chop wood for a couple months out of the year? Well, there's 12 months out of the year. You know, they do something for a little while, and that equals take care of me the rest of the time? Whatever. All that shit's going away. All of it's going away. All this shit, it's going away. Fucking, it don't matter, because there's too many people that have lived without utilities, and so the people that have never gone without, they're the ones that, because the people that have gone without utilities, they're not making a system where they can have and enjoy, create an environment where they can have running water, heat, roof over their head, and then travel around if they want, but then have a home base. Everybody deserves a home base, but they don't want to allow that. Brr. So no, so the people at the top, they got to come down here to feel what it's like, and that's where the boom, the age of wisdom we step into, because people are going to start seeing, oh shit, what people really need. Yeah, everything's great when everybody's able-bodied in your family, and everybody can perform for themselves, and everybody can wipe their own asses, but as soon as something happens and that changes, that shifts the dynamics. People get mad. I got a happy one. Mom's not mad. She's happy. You happy, Mom? You happy, little old lady? Yeah? She got a new fuzzy blanket. She's going to be 75 soon. God willing, and the creek don't rise. I think I'm going to go have flyers made. And then, like, rent a place and then like order cakes and stuff and invite the community to come help mom celebrate because they're probably my stupid cousin. Because mom was born here. So I keep imagining. That's what I did all night. I just kept imagining. Every time I woke up, I start thinking about a world where the bottom echelon is supportive, because we've lived in a world for so long where the top has everything it's wanted and needed, and it says it's not enough, and then the bottom, the cracks of society only get wider, and the people misappropriate the funds that they have, and I don't feel bad for them. So more people are going to wake up to the realization that, God, they had so much. I emptied out my storage shed yesterday. Exactly. The people always get the help that don't need it. Because fucking the moms that need it, they don't have cars to get to the food banks. Mom, we always had to walk. Mom always walked, though. She would always come back. I think about all the times, like, she had to wait in line to get food. And then I'd be like, and then, you know, like, Jerry would be like, oh, this is shit food. This is welfare food. Because he was of the mind of the elite. And it's like, dude. And then he grew up to be a part that siphons so much money and has so much, and he does so little. But he never became a good guy. He just maintained the bad guy status. So fuck him. And then guys feel bad about themselves, and then the military. That's okay, because you're in the military too, because you're in the Army Guard since 89, sucking Uncle Sam's wieners and siphoning that weekend warrior bullshit, going back and forth from military service to state service, so you get to suck 2 pensions. Like, you just learned to play the game. Yeah, I did store. I cleaned it out. I'm so excited that I have everything where I live. Now I have to go through it and downsize so we can pack up a moving truck and take it someplace in the spring. Wherever that place is, we don't know yet. I don't think it's going to be in Taos. It's not really looking like Taos. So, we'll see. Anywhere in the USA, really. Not really. I'm not coast. I don't want to be near no ocean. But I already did that. So, what was I talking about? Oh, so cleaning out the storage unit. It's like $89 a month. And so I added up all my bills yesterday. Every bill that we have, internet, electricity, which is probably going to go down because of the generator. And I have a gas generator too. I just wanted an indoor generator that's quiet. So if I really had to, I could even charge my electric generator off my gas generator. And power too. So anyway. So emptied that out, got everything over here, and I just feel like that chapter is over, you know? Like, it closed a lot of timelines. And so, it's like, it was like $12.82 is my total expenditures every month. $12.82. That's with rent. That's with rent. That's internet, because all the TV we watch is on internet, is Roku. And then I have like Hulu and stuff like that. I just got rid of Spotify. I used that for a minute. But like, yeah, like people don't need that much to live comfortably. It's the people at the top that are never satisfied, and they just have more and more and more. They're like, oh, well, because that's how they think. They think everybody thinks like them. They think because they don't live in gratitude that fucking, you know, not everybody is happy with fucking $2,000 a month. But, you know, somebody decides. Who decides? The guys that jump on the Viagra that they spend $58 million a year on. $58 million on male hand. Look it up. Look it up on your interwebs. See what number comes up where you are in your dimension. My dimension, they spend $58 million on male enhancement drugs. And I guarantee that's not all used on females. Gay while away, I learned about that. Yeah, they've been shooting the messenger my whole life. I don't make up gay while away. I was taught about it back in 97 when I had a roommate named Mike, which was a gay dude who was in Desert Storm. He's like, dude, we get paid to sit around and do nothing, and then they bomb people at night. And then I was a part of it on Crete for enduring freedom or whatever bullshit. America's a lie, and then fucking people just will pay. They'll sell their soul for that American lie. So trite. It's trite. It's trite because it's a rerun of so many TV shows on Roku. Oh, look what's on TV. It's what's happening today. Ain't that a weird thing? Imagine if nobody watched TV and they didn't imagine how could be, and they were just out in nature and used their own imagination from what they learned in nature, what the world could be. But that's crazy talk. Let's spend $28 million on a 1 mile project that took 5 years to do. That's the reality of Min. That's what you get in New Mexico when the stupid cousins are in charge. Out of Farmington. Like, wouldn't it serve you better to teach the people in your own community viable skills so that you wouldn't have to pay construction companies that are 3.5 hours away that come here and take up housing? You gotta pay for hotels for fucking 5 years. I'll just keep imagining a better world I guess I could go to the city council meetings and tell them, like, what they could do if they had any sense. But then they'll be like, and then I'll be like, you can suck my decorum. Suck my decorum. You did nothing because people allowed it, because they were quiet, because they gave you decorum. And you wasted money on 11 million. I mean, I've been doing videos. Every place I live, I do videos on the community in which I live in. $750,000 on resurfacing tennis courts. Because the city councilwoman wanted to get people to come out and play. Contessa? Ortega, whatever, fuck you. But there's an election, so she's gone. But hey, there she is in a restaurant. There she is. It's like, what the fuck do you do? How many people in the community, I wonder, Miss Lady, have you given $50 gift cards to, or stickers to, or freaking camp stoves to? How many people have you given $100 bills to fucking that most people will have looked through for 6 months and wouldn't even acknowledge there is? How many people have you sit and talk with, or that they don't want to talk but they want a kind gesture, so you just keep eyes straight, give them $20 and keep going, just because you want to give them their dignity. Like, how many? Because I can't count the many people I've met in the 5 years in Taos. That we've had shared a moment of graciousness, that they've given me as much as I've given them in that moment. Because I have the opportunity to share what I have. When so many people have an opportunity, privilege galore. Like, there's this dude I watch on fucking... I get good little Easter eggs. Sometimes he'll say something good in his talks, but the rest is just like trite drivel. But oh well, I guess I get to practice tolerance and patience. Exactly. And this guy had a fucking natural disaster in his own city where kids died and stuff. Like, you know, like when things happen, I'm always going, okay, what can I do? Like, you know, like here I've looked for missing people several times. One time it was a positive outcome. They found her. She was off pinion hunting, got lost, stayed out overnight. Like, I was there for the reunion. I actually have a video of it on TikTok, the reunion. Like, that was cool, you know? No police required, just groups of people coming out because they give a shit, you know? Nobody in a badge trying to delegate and control, and because their fucking wives and kids don't listen to them, so they gotta manage everything else in the rest of their limp dick lives. 58 million on boner pills. Like, I don't make this shit up. Like, they never want to, because they never want to spend money on people, because in their mind they have people that don't deserve it. I don't have those people. I don't care if I don't like you. I don't care if we don't get along. I don't care if we don't like the same TV shows. I don't care if we don't like the same music. I don't care if I like animals and you don't, even though I think that's weird. I don't care. Everybody deserves to be warm when it's cold, cool when it's hot, have fucking clean water to drink, and all this bullshit. In my world, AI ain't gonna fly. It will in their little pockets of fucking privilege, and, you know, the places where people have no practical skills gather the most in large cities, so they can perpetuate and you know. But see, they always put the data centers in poor places where nobody's going to care anyway. And I understand the ramifications and the dirty filth that puts back on the earth. Just like I understand the ramifications that the earth endures when we bomb the earth because we want to sell bombs from the bomb factory. Look what happened there. We gotta empty out the bomb storage so we can fill it up with more expensive bombs so we can decimate the earth and people in places we have no business. Because it's all business, because that's all the Corp USA is. Fucking people don't think that there's karma for that? Notice America's looking like a third world country now because we made third world countries happen. Kind of goes with that whole karma thing, huh? Like, what energy you put out, you come back. Like, how many places I've been to all over the United States that there's just tent cities of fucking foul stench of garbage and trash. Then just fucking give everybody $2,000 a month and then be like, hey, you want to drive a truck? Yeah, I'd love to drive a garbage truck. I just never got the opportunity. You know, HR hiring process. I'm homeless, all that. Oh, you want to do it? Go do it. Like, open the doors up for opportunity, access, like what this country is supposed to be. Not just give it to the dumbest cousins and then this is what we get. I want to see astrology-based curriculum in schools where people could, like, you know, do what they want to do in life based on what they're supposed to do. I was never intended on sending in a fucking... Dude, I could have been using excavators as a 5-year-old girl. Imagine my proficiency now if I was allowed the opportunity to screw around in an excavator with the bucket. I always wanted to learn how to do that. I got a knack, you know? I would be so good at it. And then I would go, oh, they need a new sewer? Oh, let me go out dig it up. It's fun. They need new lines? Let me go dig it up. I got it. It's fun. It's a game to me. And then put other people in seats of excavators. Then it's fun for them. You don't got to pay us. Just make sure that we got a place to go and we got food to eat. You know, don't make me go to the fucking tax office, and don't make me do this and that and that and this and that, because I'm already at my ability. I'm already trying to do this in the short little increments I have while I take care of mom. But we got to create a system so the system can live comfortably. And it did nothing to support me. God supported me when I needed it. Earth angels sent me money. Somebody saw me on my YouTube, said this bitch needs help, and sent me a check for $15,000. So when people go like, God don't happen, that don't happen. It happens to good people, I guess. I guess if you take care of your mom and you're just trying so hard and you're just putting your heart out there and you're just letting people know that you're just, God, what do I do? But I know you're going to do something. These are the shifts that happen. See, because Source Creator God works through our hearts, activates our hearts through our third eye, heart, gut, alignment, chakra, whatever you want to call it. It's just everything lines up that activates you in a way that you want to present yourself in a loving and kind way. And more people are becoming activated. That it ain't just us. And that there are things out there. It don't matter, people fucking stink. I worked in corporate America, man. Dudes in 3-piece suits, fucking, dude, how do you have swamp ass in a suit? Like, fucking, check yourself. Right? This whole video thing I do is me telling on myself the days, you know what, I didn't show up the best way I could have today. I let my temper get the best of me. I'll remember that next time. I'm loud. I'm loud. And when I yell, I'm even louder. So people hear me and they don't like what I have to say, but I don't like how they act, so fuck them, we're even. I can see it. I'm not. It's only been the last few years because Fragine has helped me see that people they live with a fucking like a jealous heart. Like, I've never hated somebody because they got the girl. Like, I think they're a creep, but I don't waste life worth energy like plotting revenge or like, that's the shit you let go. Like, that's like life turned out best for everybody, that's the past that you leave in the past. I'll still talk shit, but I ain't gonna but I ain't gonna. It's not even the same people anymore. Like, I don't believe in going back with exes. I used to, but this is what I evolved out of my thinking. But I didn't believe that people were jealous and hated and stuff like that. And then I go to a parts store and want to get a part, and then they fucking treat me like shit. And I'm like, okay, I just ordered 2 of what I needed. And it'll be here Saturday, so fuck you and your company. And I'll probably give you a 1-star review. Look for a 1-star review on Google, because that'll be me. So, go ahead. You can treat me however you want. I'm just going to give you a detailed description of my account. And it's so weird, because that's what small towns do. It's like they have enough business to sustain themselves so that when some odd-looking creature walks in their door, that they can treat them like a dumbass so that they don't come back again, I guess, because we don't like money because we have plenty. And that's small town mentality. And it's all small towns, because they don't do anything to do any better. They don't act any better by just giving good quality. And I just told the lady at the place, at the car place, I said, I called, I said, I don't get served a lot. She's like, oh, we want to help everybody. I said, well, that's cool, because I go into places and it's quite clear that my kind isn't welcome. They just never, ever designate what kind I am. Am I gay? Am I lesbian? Is it that the kind? Because I haven't been on a date in 8 years. I've been celibate 9 years, 8 years. And from what I hear, after 2, you're a nun. So, wouldn't really quantify myself as that. And I don't really see any hot chicks anyplace anywhere because they all fucking pay money to get shit done to their face, and that's fake as fuck. And, well, as an authentic being, I struggle with justifying fucking fake people in their pronouncements of authenticity when they have fucking Botox and shit. Like, but you're real! Shut up. Shut up. No, you're not, Botox Barbie. People fucking hungry on the streets. Dads can't feed their fucking kids. But hey, you showing no emotion, huh? Fucking lame ass. No, I am not missing. Dude, I am the catch, Miss J. almost 51 and a half. Like, I am evident, like, I know how to take care of people. I've been taking care of Mom under very extreme circumstances without outside help for fucking years, right? So people are worried about, oh, are they going to be a good partner? Are they going to stay if something happens, they get a bump in the head and you got to wipe their butt for the rest of their life? That's what marriage is really about. It's not about all the fun shit. It's about sticking out through the gross shit. But America got better ideas because, hey, it grew up watching TV. It's so lame. Like, what they glorify, what they have pride in. Breaking Bad was made in Albuquerque. Yeah, Albuquerque's a shithole. Congratulations. It's not just on TV. It's real life, too. That's a real rad claim to fame, huh? No, it's not. 29% of New Mexico can't read. That's nothing to be proud of. But chilies. Green chilies, red chilies, hatch chilies. I'm so proud. Or I'll see somebody that's proud of their kid that did something on a sports team. But every person that's on a sports team, fast forward 5 years and then see what they're up to. So are they really worthy of that award? Because it seems like people that would maintain that status, like I've maintained. Yeah, I'm about to buy a farm, Miss J. About to buy a farm someplace off a floodplain. And then people don't have to hear from me anymore. Yeah. We're going to go offline and live life. But I'll have all these stories and accounts of the things that I've done. You know, it'll be a travel center. I want to do that travel center thing. Where people can come through, get a good hearty meal. It'll taste so good. If they ever had a food like that. Because I've eaten some of the best food in the whole world. I've eaten some of the best food. That makes you cuss. It's so good. I've eaten food that, like, because I get excited. I cuss when I get excited. I've eaten barbecue in North Omaha. Fuck me. Fucking shit. Holy fucking hell, this is good shit. Like, you know, like, even the green beans. Banging. Greens in North O. Other places. Collard greens. Like, I've had good, like, it did, like, the expensive restaurants, you know. I've had a lot of good food in a lot of places, so mediocre just won't do when you've had the best. And so I could clearly tell all the people who have had mediocre. Mediocre ain't my way. Mediocre is the highest common denominator. So people that have been generational anything. That's a high common, like they have that one thing in common. Like, what else can you do? You ever do this? No. You ever do that? No. You just did that one thing in your life, huh? Yeah? Yeah. So you're not this, that, and the other thing? No, you're just that one thing? So what did people have to, What parts of other people did they have to sacrifice themselves that they wanted to do other things but they couldn't? Because they were too busy picking up the slack for all the things that you aren't. And then I present ideas like this, and then I become unliked. Because the coolest guy in the room always turns into the biggest fucking turd. And I have explanation as to why. Because look how big the cracks of society have gotten, all on their watch, because they're big, important men that designated themselves 6 figures like my brother. And they're all the same kind of men that would throw their own sister and mother away, because instead of acting different that they were when they were asshole young men, they just continued to perpetuate the same asshole behavior of negligence and selfishness and greed and all that stuff that America's been sustaining itself on for 249 years. And now we're coming into the 250th year next year, and boy, all the endings. Because the important people didn't do the jobs that they paid themselves so much to do. It's freaking silly. America is a contrived reality. Understand, Washington, D.C. is an extension of Hollywood. The budgets are the same. Because money is all made up. It's just a made up system that people need to give to other people too much of so that they can do nothing. That's every tourist town, every place where there's short-term housing, but there's not housing for people to live long-term. It's just because somebody doesn't want to work, but they have 2 houses and they want somebody to live in their house and pay for both mortgages. Like they're tricky, like they're slick. Like people don't know. And then I've been paying attention about prices and what I'm paying for my whole life. And I know this guy in Omaha. He was always a hard worker. He was one of the, anyway. He's got one of those, he's got a fleet of trucks with his business on the side. And he started from a truck and a trailer where he put Anderson windows in, and then he grew into this big old company. But when I'm paying for jobs, I'm paying for maintenance on fucking 11 trucks. I'm paying for this 4,000 square foot house that he lives in. I'm paying for all the ATVs and all the vacations to Colorado he's going on with this kid, I'm paying for all this shit that I can't fucking afford. And every time you go to do business, that's why I do everything for fucking free. I make shit like this, I give it to people for free because I can't take fake money with me when I die. But every good deed I did while I'm here will go with me. Because I've had a lot of angry deeds, and those are the ones. I've been a part of killing a lot of people when I was in the military. I have a lot to make up for. There is no homeless. There's no housing for homeless. There's this guy who fucking, those outdoor tents that you crap in? That's what he sleeps in. He don't like me. I tried to be cool to him before. I'm too for him. Too much for him. I've given him water and stuff before, but we ain't the same frequency, so I just leave him be. But those are the people that I think about that deserve fucking shelter overnight. You don't gotta like me. I still think that we need to use resources to take care of you. I don't give a fuck about what people care about me. I got Chiron and Aries. I don't exist in their world. I didn't exist to my own sister. That shit doesn't hurt me. it don't matter to me. It doesn't mean that people still don't deserve to not fucking freeze to death in a country that plays dress up with two little triangles, one up and one down, like the Israel Death Star and David, and all this fucking brotherly butt stuff. Coke on the trains, like, you know, marry your fucking tranny brother, like all this shit. That's what the world is. Fucking inversions. I'm one of those weird inverted people. They fucking shut stuff in mom's uterus when I was a baby. Good thing I didn't want to grow up and have a pretend wiener sewn on me, because I feel like a man. Who needs parts that end up breaking? $58 billion they spend on boner enhancement, male enhancement drugs, because that's how much men need enhancement in America. I haven't seen a very fine example of a man in a long time. If I had a square foot, if I had an acre for every man that said, "Oh, you just haven't been with the right man," there's no such thing. Not to me. Y'all ladies can have my whatever share. Because the examples that I see, they got their big trucks with their freaking big old lift kits, but they get a flat tire, they got to call AAA. And then, I mean, look at all these little race clubs and stuff. Like, are those the men? Are those the protectors? All night long they're racing through Mexico just with their zoomies. Just like when they were little boys and girls. Just can't use that energy on nothing productive. Just gotta zoom, and then you wreck your fucking cars, and then... Unless you got an auntie or an uncle to just buy you a new one, because they feel so bad for you because your mom and dad are such pieces of shit. Or like, because that's the stories in New Mexico. Because I had one landlady, Denise Blanco, she's dead. I got to live in her trailer for a year and a half. It was a piece of shit. I was feeding up to 22 cats. When I left, she threatened to fucking shoot and kill them all. Horrible person, deplorable. She's dead now, so she's with her maker. And then the second landlady, Melinda Gonzalez, I had her trash kids, Mike and Amber, that lived up front, and then her son, Brian in the back. And she's the stereotypical Melinda is, Mikey don't steal. Like, how many times does the mommy say the boy don't steal? And then when the sheriff office shows up because he busted out my back window, said, yeah, we found like 6-8 stolen cars back here before. Like, shit stains on the fabric of society are revered in this community. Not decent people that are just trying to take care of their mom. Like, you know, and then here, I get my weed stolen. That I use to make cookies to give for people for free in the community. Like, there's no gratitude in Taos. It's just all more, gimme, hog, pig. And it's generational. I know it. Mom was born here and people were fucking hogs. We're surrounded by her hoggy, stupid cousin fucking relatives. Like, Taos is no better off because any fucking family has lived here for 5 generations. It's worse off, though. What's it like in your community where people have lived? Like, I got the born and raised where my dad lives in Atascadero. Freemasons. My grandma was a Eastern Star bitch witch. Horrible to me. I was this, you know, but Jerry was the golden child, got all the peripheral teaching. Like, had an uncle who worked 30 years in California Youth Authority where he got to bully kids because his dad was a drunk and bullied him instead of breaking the cycle. You know, he has a daughter, hasn't seen since she was probably in her 20s. Yeah. I have cameras now. Now there's, if they take it, the way I look at it is I don't have a physical attachment to any earthly thing. Like, this is a trinket, okay? Like, as much as it does pain me, but like, I got a lot of cool shit that a whole bunch of people on planet Earth don't have, though. Like stuff from the military. But still, it's just stuff, because I've had to get rid of everything and start over so many times that I don't really own anything. That, like, and there's nothing out there. Like, if they get it, the karma that people get. I had a Miss J. I can't remember if you ever emailed me something. I'll go search in my email. If you haven't, send me an email at straightpeoplelikeRainbows2@gmail.com, and I'm gonna send you what was I gonna send you? My train of thought just totally derailed. That was really bizarro. Oh, my caramels must be kicking in. I had a little, not caramel, though they're chewies, Chiba Chews. I'm out of caramels. But the good news is it's been getting into the 20s, and it stayed so warm in here last night that I had to turn on the heater. I mean, it stayed cool. It stayed nice enough where I turned on the heater, but then it warmed up. It wasn't freezing cold like last year, but he put a double thing over the cooler. He put 2 bags over the cooler, so any of the heat isn't escaping out there. But it's like 20 degrees out there. It's freaking. I don't, and there's no clouds. I don't like cloudless days. But I got a lot of cool stuff that, like, this is one of the things that I got. I won awards too. See, because the military is such a weird thing, because I was such a high profile place, but not all places were like the base I was, because, like, bases in New Mexico are a joke. Because they don't, it's the production is different. Because we would exercise every month. Military exercises is dress rehearsal. They're practicing for what they're going to do someplace in the near future. That's why I always say DC and Hollywood are the same. They're extensions of each other. They're no different. Because the only threat out there, yeah, like there's, I mean, people have bad intentions. But usually, if you don't fuck with people too much, and I just try and keep myself out of situations where people, because you can't, like, flip people off in New Mexico. They're crazy here. They're not reasonable. They're shrouded with demonic entities. So they give themselves permission to cause harm, and just, you can't, like, there's this thing, like, you don't pull up alongside people at stoplights here, because they'll shoot you. Like, they'll shoot you if you give them the wrong oil filter at O'Reilly's. Like, people just, because I guess Grand Theft Auto? It's the only thing I can think of that would justify the actions of so many criminally insane nephews and nieces in such a small place. Is just people are allowed to do whatever they want without consequence. Just like my dad. My dad was one of those. He was a fucking heathen asshole. He never got in trouble. And then he had this daughter that was like a mirror image of him, only it was a chick. And she had integrity, and he didn't. So, must put out that light. He tried, he couldn't. Que sera. I turned out better for it. Anyway, you waking up, Ma? Little bit? You comfy cozy? Are you cold? Want me to turn the fan off ya? I'll point it at Lunatickle. She's Missy Blissy. She's Missy Bliss. She's over there. She's all blissed out. She's happy girl. We just have one of the dogs left. A good time to pause and reflect on the things that matter most. Give attention to the work that needs to be done to keep your foundation strong. This means dedicating time to family, home, and work. I don't have work. I think that's funny. I think my work has turned into being the best daughter that I could be. I think that's what my career is. And then showing people, hey, don't put people that you care for in fucking institutions to pay people next to nothing so they can abuse your family members. You know. I once heard, I got all 4 of my dear sweet dogs from Basset Beagle Rescue of the Heartland. And so I used to do a lot of stuff with pet rescue and stuff. And I need people to start sending me resumes that are computer programmers, because I have all these ideas. I just don't know how to do the back end stuff, and I don't have the patience to want to learn. So I'm not going to. I would rather read law books. I would rather learn and interpret law and help the disadvantaged. It's starting to get like, I guess I didn't know this even working at Creighton. Like, the differences between attorneys and lawyers, like, to be an attorney, you don't have to pass the bar, but to be a lawyer, you do. And so there's all these little loopholes. So, since I do like to spend time, I think it's funny, my asshole brother, who's a lawyer, he said, because I'm autistic, I'm nacho neurotypical, I grew up with Shel Silverstein, I never liked Dr. Seuss. And so, like, I have a cadence when I write and I speak. And so, everybody has a cadence. And so, I have, mine is, like, lyrical. I rhyme and shit. And he's like, one time this was about, like, 6 years ago, I was texting him. He's like, and the way you speak is jargon. I'm like, your professional has a term called legalese. It's literally legal jargon, yet you say I speak in terms. Are you telling me you see things in me that you don't like about yourself? You fucking hypocrite. Oh, I can't hate the guy too much. My face looks just like him. Only I have a much prettier smile because I haven't talked so much shit in my life. I haven't said all the things that were untrue, like, I never did that. Yeah, he's a total asshole, dude. He's balding. Look at this shit. Mom has hair. I think my dad has hair. My dad's penance in his life, he was always a creep. Dude, fucking looks like Jeffrey Epstein. I'm not even kidding. I don't think I could ever see him again in life. I think the last time I saw him when I was 41 was the last time I'm going to see him, because I don't want to see a different version of him because he's a creep. So my point is like, to me, the way I see it is hair is like intuition. It's like your antenna, right? And I always had short hair. I have so much freaking hair. I have this goofy haircut just because. No, he's brilliant. That's the thing, Miss J. He's brilliant. He's programmed. He writes the script, the narrative, all the shit that's crumbling down. I remember one of his bragging rights is his office was in the media because they were exchanging letters with the governor's office, which is a big deal. It's stupid. To me, it's an equivalency of girls in elementary school, junior high, passing notes. Like, but they put themselves in this grand idea, right? So I got all this fucking hair. I haven't shaved all this because I have so much hair that it makes me crabby. I'm a hothead. And so, but he is balding. He's balding. Like, nobody in my family has ever, it's because he's always worn hats. Yes, he's a narcissist. He's a complete, all the stuff that he says never happened. That never happened. I'm like, dude, you fucking were a state, because he was like, what have you ever done for me? I said, well, there's the time you hit mom, I didn't call the cops. I said, and then there's the time that I showed up, and then you sent mom away, and then fucking use your stupid state wrestling moves on me, and fucking threw me down, pinned me with my arms to the side of me, and slammed my head into the ground, and I didn't call the cops that time. Because understand, Jerry, had I called the cops both those times that you couldn't control your emotions, would you be in the office of parole right now making $240,000 a year? No, Jerry, you wouldn't, because you already got your robbery expunged from the judge that put you under his guidance and set you on course for where you are now, a whole life of privilege. When I sold my house in Omaha, it sold upside. It was such a fucking raw deal. I start to take things personal then, a little bit, like, really? Like, I live in this up and come and nobody wants to buy this house. $92,000 is what I paid $120, and now it's like $240. Yeah, that's how I know what an abuser is, Miss J. Is because he fucking abused. And then, like, I would do stuff like, he was graduated, went down to, when his house sold and the market was bad, he had some fraternity brothers. His fraternity brothers always bailed him out. And then I never had nobody to bail me out. He always had this group of men that fucking creeped me out at a party that I went to once when I was 16. They always looked at me like creepy. And then every year, he wouldn't come see me, but every year he'd go with this group of men, like just a dedicated little soldier, to Tahoe. For like 15 years, 10 years he did that. Like, every Super Bowl weekend, I knew where he was going to be, because he was going with his fraternity brothers to Tahoe so they could play, get wasted and play chase in the woods. Because that's what they did back when I was saving them campground at the KOA at Shasta Lake for Memorial Day. Mom and I went up to stay early to save a spot, because Shasta Lake, like, everybody came from all the universities everywhere to Shasta Lake. It was a big party. So I went up, and then I was bored, so I was calling my friends on the payphone all the time. Because there's nothing to do, because me and Mom were just sitting around waiting for my brother to show up. But I never did nothing for him. Yeah, he's a total narcissist. I didn't even know what narcissists were until like a few years ago. Probably 5 years ago, I didn't start getting a I'm like, really? I thought that was just an asshole brother and an asshole dad. There's freaking large percentage of population of the earth of men that act this way. And they call them narcissists. And they call them women too. You know, I was a narcissist. I guess my narcissistic years were the years that I drank, and I only cared about myself. Those was my narcissist. And then I went into recovery, found AA, and then started living a more purposeful life. Yeah, women too. I worry about that. Like, you know, like, there's that movie where, like, the good guy turns into the bad guy because they lose somebody they love, you know, and all that stuff. So, I don't know. I always got to keep myself on my toes. That's why I got to overcompensate by giving stickers and shit away. I sent some to Quite Frankly. No word if he got them yet. I just give people things. I don't expect anything in return, like gratitude or anything. I just give people stuff. Like, here, it's yours, you know? And most of the time, honestly, people don't even acknowledge shit that I give them. It's like they don't want the world to know that they're associated with me, so let's just fucking keep that shit under wraps. So I just will publicly acknowledge things because I don't want the world to know. So it's just has been my experience in life. It's not victim talk because I don't let it impact me. You know, I still gonna have a smile on my face today. I don't fucking care about how people treat me. They've treated me shit my whole life. People have always treated me worse than I treated them. If we're gonna pile on and keep track about the whole situation, it's the people that say, oh, you keep track? Oh, you don't? That means that you must be not carrying your fair share. That must be an imbalance in you. Thanks for letting me know. Just more people that aren't on my earth. Because to me, that's how narcissists act. People that don't want to carry their weight, like you're going to sit in a fucking studio where you're going to spend out thousands of dollars every month to act like a persona, but if the fucking tire goes out, what are you going to do? What are you going to do if you're stuck in the desert with your family and you don't got cell service to call AAA? What are you going to do? So many incapable people have things that they have no business having. There's so many people that have kids because it's just something that people do. And then they realize what it entails to actually take care of another person. And then they have ideas of how they're going to do it. And then as soon as they do it, what do? They end up fucking doing it exactly like everybody else. You know, how many spiritualists, we're going to create a 5D earth, but first I have to take my kid fucking trick-or-treating. Well, my earth, 5D earth, don't have stupid holidays like Halloween and Christmas and Thanksgiving. All those do is make people like my mom feel bad for shit that they didn't have. But she always gave us a choice. You know, all these people are food insecurity now. I know what that's like. We all lived off mom, me, brother, $55 a month. Somehow she managed. There's plenty of days though we didn't have dinner. We had to rely on hot lunch at school. Cafeteria ladies were always nice to me. So I know what it's like to go without, It's just the system didn't set itself up to help people help themselves. The system set itself up to help itself, and now it's collapsing, and so they get to feel what it's going to feel like to go without. And I don't feel bad for them, not even one bit. Like, you got to get bailed out now because you didn't help the people that needed to be bailed out when you had the chance. They failed. Every single fucking federal employee. They all failed. All of them. They all took the knee. And now they get to feel what it's like. And you need a violin? I got a trumpet. I could play taps. It's all fake shit. And people every year, I gotta fucking watch people do fake shit. It's so stupid. And then they're the ones that are supposed to be leading and guiding me and directing me to a righteous path. But first they gotta fucking go let their kid play dress up and get a bunch of candy. It's gonna fucking, short out its little endocrine system. I mean, how many people are getting diabetic nowadays? I didn't dress in creepy stuff. I was a gypsy once. I took one of my rubber ball that we played bombardment and dodgeball with when we were kids, and nation ball, and wrapped it in aluminum foil. I had pants. I had a long skirt on, and then put a bandana on my head. I was like a gypsy fortune teller. I think that's funny. Because I'm like a fortune teller. Not a fortune, but I'm a teller. I'm a seer. I'm a seer of things. You were a gypsy too? Of course you were. I didn't dress up a lot because I had all this self-centered fear. I was worried I could tell what, oh, look at that dumb what, and then plus I was misgendered a lot, so I looked like a little boy. And then if I dressed like anything that was female related, then I would get made fun of. So it just wasn't even worth it. So I wouldn't do a lot of stuff because I got ridiculed enough and I didn't want to get ridiculed more. But God, I've been talking for 100 minutes. My voice is getting tired. Must be my third eye activated. Everybody has my take is it's just getting people to think outside themselves. It's activating people's third eye. And Atlas is a map. So it's putting their third eye on the map. That's I just think that's my interpretation. Oh. I like my new cup. I need water too. I already drink water. When I wake up, first thing I do is I drink water. Before I do anything else, I get up. Well, after I pee. And then I go drink water. And then I gotta let Luna out, but usually I drink water first. But, Miss J, you should send, I should try and get your address again, and then I can send you some stickers and some magnets. And then you can walk around wherever you live, and wherever you see bundles of stickers gathered, that's how I'm gonna get my vibe out there. I asked people, I've met TikTokers. There's this one chick, I gave her a bunch to do that, and then I asked her to take pictures of it and hashtag it on her. So, and people can't be bothered to fucking do what they're doing and do a favor for somebody else. It's just it's so hard for me to watch TikTok because it's a bunch of just beggars. It's just a bunch of it's like when people are on top, they fucking forget that they were ever on the bottom, and then they have this arrogance and this pompousness. That Metal Joe dude has it. This other fucking lady that comes across my FYP, she lives in Colorado. I even say not interested, and they still keep coming back to remind me of how grateful I need to be, because I don't want to look like them when I'm not. The guy's 49 years old. He's younger than me. Only takes care of himself. You scroll back in his FYP, all he does is travel around from one place to the next to do whatever he feels like. But he don't feel like doing much because he's when he started coming across mine, he made a bird's nest around his tent. So he basically has the mentality of a tweaker, but he don't drink and do drugs. And so then he fucking was taking a piss and then bumped his head. Now he became the system's problem. Now the whole world owes him fucking everything. He was in the hospital, and I'm just I think about what happened to Mom when a man slammed her head in the car door, and the system was not there to show up for her, but I was. But this grown-ass man can't fucking take care of himself, right? Because what is this? He never drinks water. Always has energy drinks. People make choices and then they put themselves in bad positions, and then the system runs in and pays them. But fucking people that really need it, there's nothing left over. My mom only gets $820 a month. Who fucking lives off that? She definitely would not be alive if I was not her daughter, because her son did not give a shit about her and wanted me to put her in a home and go back to work so I can earn a 401k that probably ain't even those aren't even going to exist in a very short period of time. So, but now he got a free ticket and he's bitching. I don't want to see the guy. Maybe I'll block him. Maybe I should just block him. He's got a fucking bus ticket to Rapid City. He's bitching about that. He's just... No, it was not my father. No, it was not my father. It was a man named Richard. Dickhead. There's a dude she was dating. he was a good-looking guy. Like, I thought he was a good-looking guy, and I didn't even like dudes, but he was fucking crazy. He was the same guy that tried to kill me, that chased me around the car with her cane that he broke over his leg. Yelling, I would stand over your bed with a fork, talking myself out of not gouging your eyes out. That's the kind of stuff he would say to me. Like, real dark shit. Like, you know, people create these, like, ooh, vote for your favorite politician. That world had never impacted me, because I was trying not to get fucking killed by men that, you know, would get drunk and feel bad about themselves because they couldn't get their little Peters up and nobody wanted their wiener and all this stupid shit that men think. Because men think, they don't think fucking extravagant, brilliant things. I don't know if he's still alive, honestly. I've looked. Richard Gonzalez is a common name. So, California, like, I know there was police reports that were filed, because that's how I found out. I thought she had a stroke, and then the day that he tried to kill me, I was 15. That was the same day. That was the first time a policeman pulled his firearm on me. A 15-year-old girl. And he knew I wasn't the threat. They just do what they want. I guess the guy couldn't piss on my foot to establish dominance, so he's like, here, I'm going to point a .45 at this 15-year-old girl who a grown man just chased around the car and tried to kill her. So, men on both sides of badges I have trouble with. That was a long day for me. But this is just another day in my life, Miss J, you know. Those are the protectors. That's why I don't fucking like police. And I tell the whole world about how they're the second lowest test scores on the military entrance exam. They go off to the military, they do 2 years, and then they go back home, get a job where their education requirements are waived because of their prior military service. 2 years sitting around doing nothing. Breaking equipment, never getting in trouble for it, because all the police are the same. They're all little fucking assholes, and they're like my dad. But my dad couldn't even. My dad, he couldn't be a cop, so he became a truck driver. He became the culprit, the criminal. But my nephews, they ended up. That's what they did. That course of action. Mark McGarvey, big fat cop, Tascadero police officer. After sitting on his ass for 20 years, guarding a bomb. I don't think bombs even fucking exist. I think it's a facade. I think at most America made EMPs. I don't think the atom bomb is a thing. I think it's an EMP. It's an energy directed weapon. People aren't that smart. Like I said, they don't have their jobs because the smart people don't get hired because people don't like them. Only people that can get along with everybody get hired and get all the advantage. Because if the smart people got the good jobs, the world would be a much better, different place. That's for sure. But I better get going. It was good to hang out with you this morning, Miss J. But send me your address and I'll send you some loot. What the hell? Oh, it's my hair tie. I'll send you some loot. And I'll let you know how that generator goes thing. It's shipped. It should be here. I'm pretty excited. See, I always felt like I was an old man. Like I was born in the wrong body, you know? And then when I was younger and I had more time, like 12-hour bus rides, 11.5-hour bus rides, I would always imagine how life would be if I could live the life I wanted to live. And things are kind of turning that way. Like, we're getting closer to more. I think I'm going to go grab some seeds and then just spread them around so they stay dormant And then when the spring comes, there's fruits and vegetables around. So instead, because I don't have a garden where I live, so I could just make the local community my garden. And then when they start to come up, I can make posts in local communities that if people are hungry, that message me and I'll tell you where these vegetables are. Go pick them up yourself. Would that be cool? More people. If we had pop-up gardens, you know, because you got to circumvent the fucking government. That's what I'm all about. That's why I don't ever want to do an LLC. That's why, like, my energy, whatever money I get, I just want it to flow. I want it to go, you know, like, I don't ever want to have $20,000 in the bank because that's an imbalance in me. Because I have everything I need. I don't need imaginary numbers to pile up. People need fucking shit to, like, keep themselves warm. Because it's going to be fucking cold and they don't got no place to go, and I do. So why wouldn't I share what I got? It's fucking stupid not to. I used to have the big house. God said, oh, you're going to get screwed on that. You're going to learn. I used to have all this stuff. I used to go to all the concerts. I used to go to all the shows. None of that helped me become a better stay-at-home daughter. So, the world is becoming what it will be based on the content of our character. So, that's how I see it. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, Miss J. Email me your address, and I'll send you some loot. I gotta send Tanya some loot too. I gotta find her email. I've been trying to, you know, grief is weird. And I have so much grief attached to my 3 little dogs that went to heaven. Lunatical's still here. But, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I'm navigating my new world with more time on my hands. And then I gotta make myself stay active because I have more time to do nothing. Because the time I spent on them is in heaven with them. So, in the no place space. Anyway, that's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out, Miss J. Hope you have a ride day. Peace. Boop, boop, boop.